Finnovation. So, with the Christmas season and holidays coming up, the obvious question is,
are you going to do something sweet for Christmas?
yes we are. We're going to be making some large, fake, oversized candy. So we're kind of going to try and make them like some life-sized or oversized candy. And the candies we're going to be making, I'll put the timestamp so you guys can skip around. I'm hoping you watch the whole videos. But first of all, we're going to be making some gumdrops, some caramels, some Hershey Kisses, some M&Ms, some peppermints, some hard candies, and lastly, some lollipops. With that being said, let's get into the video. In this video, I'm going to be working with Phoebe, a creative expert here at Finnovation.
We got all these items from the dollar store.
Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to make is a gumdrop. So what you're going to do is get a color of spray paint and a clear plastic bowl. We got like a 12-pack of these for $1. So what you're going to do is just spray paint it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get some of these, it's like fake snow. You could use almost anything for this though that looks kind of like fake snow. You're going to pour a bit. You can probably see that I've already made one here. Then what you're going to do once you've got enough, scoop your finger under there, don't get your finger covered in spray paint, and then you can kind of go like this and scoop up all the rest of the fake snow that dropped. And when you're done, you've got a great gumdrop. Alright, so it's the next day and we notice some of the snow is falling off, some like the fake sugar is falling off of the gumdrops, and what we're going to do is just put a clear coat or a shellac over the top and make sure that snow doesn't fall off.
So I took 2 of these mini plates and spray painted them brown for the caramels. So we'll glue them together and then wrap them in saran wrap to make it look like the wrapping on the caramel.
Now, if you want to upgrade the caramels, what you can do is before you glue them together, or you don't even have to glue them together at all, you can glue some pieces of beach glass onto it. And this makes it look like kind of like a sea salted caramel. So how you do that is we have some beach glass here. You could also use Epsom salts, but they don't show up as well. They're a lot smaller. And what you can do with the beach glass though is just put some little globs of glue and stick the beach glass onto your caramel, and as you can see, that looks like a little piece of salt. Okay, so now the next piece of candy that we're going to be making are some Hershey Kisses. So now what you're going to need is a piece of tinfoil. It's important that it's a nice square. Then you're going to need a tiny glass, and you're going to put the glass in the center. Then you're going to kind of slowly edge all your little pieces of tinfoil up to the center. You kind of want to be thinking about making that Hershey Kiss shape. And once you've got it kind of like this, you can start pressing it together. Before you get it pressed too much, you're going to get a piece of cloth. We used an old sheet and some puffy paint, and we wrote kisses on them. So this is just some puffy paint and an old sheet, and this just kind of has like that little label that's sticking out of it. So what you're going to do is stick that label in there before you get it completely tightened, and then you slowly kind of pinch it together and form Hershey Kiss shape, this. So we kind of got like a nice little Hershey Kiss shape, and now we're going to make a couple more of these, and then on to our next candy. Alright, with a little bit of practice and a little bit of shaping, we got these ones looking a little bit better, so we made a couple more, and now let's move on. Alright, now the next candy we're going to make are some M&Ms. So they look like this, and as you can see, they're kind of rounded, and they've got that M on it. So how we did this was we got a pool noodle. This is a pool noodle that has no hole in the middle. I know a lot of them do. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get a blade, and you're going to cut through them. Make sure it's long enough to go all the way through. You're going to cut about a 1 inch, or maybe probably like a little less of an inch. And then you're going to get your knife, and you're going to kind of round out the edges. So how I'm doing this is just going along the edges, just like this. And then after I'm done with that, I'll get some puffy paint and write an M on the middle. So we've got a bunch of these, and I'm just going to write the puffy paint on them. Alright, now the next thing that we're going to make are some peppermints. And now, we weren't really being too smart here, and we made a couple attempts. Our first one was like this, and we thought that's a little bit too small of brush lines. Our second one was like this, and it just doesn't really look like a peppermint. Peppermints have more, they don't go all connect, the red lines don't connect, they're just kind of near the edges. So what we're going to be using is just a roll of duct tape in the center to kind of space it out. And we cut the rim off of the paper plate, or we're using a plastic plate since ours are going to be outside. And we are going to just kind of go down like this. And we have a paintbrush and some red paint, and all we're doing is really just spacing out these, a little bit of a space in between them. Alright, so this is the completed peppermint. Now on to some hard candy. Alright, now we're going to be making some hard candies. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a Christmas ornament. You could use any color you want, preferably red. That's what we're going to be using. And then you're going to pop off the top. And then what you're going to do is get some glue and put it around the edges of where that top used to be. Then you're going to get some like saran wrap or some cellophane, and you're going to put it right in the middle, and you are going to kind of wrap it up like this, kind of making like a little tube around it. Then you're going to, after that's dried for just a second, you're going to put some glue around the edges, and then you're going to twist it. So I got some glue in there, and now what I'm going to do is twist it. Be careful not to hurt yourself or your fingers. And now that you've done that, you're going to wait for it to dry and chop off the edges. Alright, so these are the finished product, and as you can see, they look really cute. So I got this whole tube of the ornaments at the dollar store for, you guessed it, $1. On to our next candy. Now, the next thing we're going to be making is a lollipop. So now here's how you're going to do it. You're going to get 2 plastic plates. You could probably use paper plates if you're doing it inside, and then a dowel rod. You could spray paint it, which that's what we did. We spray painted it white. You don't necessarily need to do that. So now what we're going to do is just get some hot glue and glob on both sides. Try to make sure you can plan it out before like we did to make sure that it's even. And then you're just going to stick your lollipop stick, which again is a dowel rod, like that. And then you're going to do the same thing, putting some glue on top of the dowel rod this time. Again, trying to make it as even as possible. And there we go. We've got a giant lollipop. That's awesome. Wow. Now both lollipops are done. They look great. It's like my childhood dream come true. 2 giant lollipops. Alright. Well, that sums up this video. And all of this candy looks absolutely amazing.
Finn, that reminds me of a joke.
Oh boy.
Did you hear about the guy who collects candy canes?
No, I didn't.
They're all in mint condition.
Oh, that was terrible. Whatever, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. I really hope you enjoyed, and maybe try out some of this candy. Thanks for watching. Bye!